G'day guys, it's Kane from Kane's Trains here. Here is my coverage of the St Kilda Tramway Museum's Twilight Trams event. Now, before we get into the Twilight Trams, let's have a bit of a look around. While we have a little bit of a look around, let me go over the history of this fantastic museum. In January 1954, a passionate group of tram enthusiasts in Adelaide took a bold step to preserve a part of our city's history. They formed a local branch of the Australian Electric Traction Association, an organisation dedicated to the advocacy of electric transport systems. At the association's national convention in 1956, held right here in Adelaide, it was revealed that tramway museums had already been established in Sydney and Melbourne, and even in the USA and Europe. The convention also featured a special tour of Adelaide's tramways, with trams 111 and 381, vehicles that would soon become iconic in the city's tramway heritage. In an effort to better focus on both advocacy and preservation, the Sydney Tramway Museum was spun out from the Australian Electric Traction Association to become the Australian Electric Transport Museum. Later that same year, the Adelaide branch reached out to the Municipal Tramways Trust, seeking to preserve 6 historic Adelaide trams. Encouraged by the success of the Sydney and Melbourne Tramway Museums, the Trust agreed to set aside these trams, showing their faith in the newly formed Adelaide Group's vision. Initially, the plan was to send the trams to Sydney, but high costs led the group to search for a local site. As part of the Hackney tram depot was demolished for bus parking, they had to find a new place to store the trams. In January 1958, trams number 1, 111 and 192 were moved to the Morphettville Racecourse tramway sidings. Unfortunately, vandals soon damaged them, breaking many windows. After several setbacks, a new site was secured on the grounds of the former St Kilda Primary School, and by August 1958, just in time before the Morphettville sidings were removed, the tramways were relocated to St Kilda for open storage. Tram 282, which had been swapped with Tram 264, arrived in January 1959 after being transported from Glenelg. On July 22nd, 1967, the museum opened its doors as a static display, but it was in 1972 that the Salisbury Council, through a state government unemployment relief scheme, built a 2-kilometre tram line to St Kilda Beach. Museum members worked hard to erect the overhead wires, and on March 23, 1974, the tramway was formally opened by the Honourable Frank Kneebone, Minister for Lands, and the Mayor of Salisbury, Mr Harry Bowie. Tram number 1, the very same tram that had opened the Adelaide tramway system in 1909, led the grand procession. From those very modest beginnings over 60 years ago, where there was just 5 trams stored on a vacant site, the museum today holds over 26 trams, as well as trolley buses and other public transport items. Now, let's head on outside, have a look at the collection, and see a few of these trams in motion. And there you have it, my coverage of the fantastic Twilight Trams event. Look in the description below for more information on the St Kilda Tramway Museum. I've been Kane from Kane's Trains. Thanks for watching.